I went to Lagos. I invited all the whole editors and I gave them the Innoson story, the Innoson perspective. He's just a local man that just wants to remain local. Almost all his properties are in the east. Telling him that there's a property in Lagos, so he's not interested. There was a former leader in Anambra State that went to meet some godfathers, said that when he now outlined his vision, this one, that one, said, what about us? That, oh, don't yourself come Arabia fight. I say, you can't get it. In we found the transport system in Nigeria. The first billionaire in Africa, Papa Ojukwu, now the first third road in the southeast. So I went on Nigeria is because of passion. If money making is my goal, I would have also gone out. But I feel that we need to stay here and make sure that Nigeria is great. So Sunday night by entertainers, content creators, every other serious minded person is now Apple. Innoson is producing the body of the motor. They got a video from the scratch. Load the carcass from the organa treatment. A treat chaya or banner painting. A paint changes an assembly line. Tinema electricals, tinema the upholstery, fixed charges, Morocco, to final finishing. Final finishing make sure you get to quality control. Test wise the enter is satisfy people tell to the market. We have to summon courage and enter. Most of us in our organization, we have done exemplary leadership. We have managed our businesses well. This is the time to manage the human being. Especially when people who have clarity of purpose. If they don't enter,
Even Melon Newi Juebolo obodo anade ekpuchi aka na Igbo.
The truth is that the history of Nnewi obodo na Gbam from childhood carry ebido kuziwelu about hard work. Without it, that Gbam attitude that na-etinye anyị n'ime from the beginning. Born na your father achieve this one, he like achieve more than your father. Ndị papa ha gbanwu mbọ see from a poor family. Them themselves ebido at very young age. They want to work hard so that they can bring smile to their family. So their family though as prosperous as other family. My boss, Innoson, for example, they are call them that when they were growing up, when the likes of Ndeneboha, Chikasim, for example, and some other people, less than 10 years, they didn't a newspaper because now only as some rich men know when they go no beha, they got a lot bicycle. Them their parents couldn't afford bicycle for them. Pabido that early motijena a newspaper. Kahawe save they go bicycle.
Your own bicycle.
So that's how some entrepreneurial spirits were bahanime, and that story relate with a lot of other people too. From childhood too. That consciousness that I want to be great do there.
Onye njulu maka Nnewi ife melo Nnewi jiwe na-enye nsogbu osino ife dị na Nnewi. I want to ask you now, enwe ife na-adị n'obodo na-help di obodo ime ọfụma ka ọ bụ precedence of ndị obodo a ihe mego ka ndị na-etozi eto na-ene anya sị na akwa onye be anyị mere ha. Do you believe na enwe ihe na-adị n'obodo just like Nnewi kita na-eme mmadụ ka ọ bụ nọ ndị mmadụ ihe megasi ndị na-esozi ha n'azụ afọ na nekwa ihe ndị be anyị na-eme? Go ahead.
No, nwere ife na-adị n'obodo. That means that hard work part I do there. Not just anything metal like on a flow. That thing anubona nyama na when you eating to test. If let me give you for example. Onye we found the transport system na Nigeria. I think Chief Jesu last year Ojukwu Ejaba. Ojiokpa from Nnewi because ni easy. Ebe afia bidolo na Aba. Nnewi whatever signal yota na afia na azo na Aba. So they find their way to that place. Before the one, then Nnewi will over, if not 2/3 of properties in Aba. Ejukwu Ejaba, Ojeje Muafia, Bidafia succeed here. Ojeje Pabandebeha from Nnewi. When Abia. Now to make movement easier, Nyabonye Buzo, Bido modern transportation, Ogo lorry. But if the lorry emewu ibuke ebu.
Yes.
He was able to convert it into transportation. Papa Ojukwu Louis was also mentored by that Ejukwu Ejaba. These guys made money outside the Nnewi before Nnewi. After the war, Kahatolalo, we see that now during the war that they lost a lot of their things, their properties. Based on the effect of the war, I say let us situate a market in Nnewi. Yota we je social nnukwu agbo. Ebe magana agbo edo. E je social sichaya no ebe mbia se na ada aba ya aba. Na any person bele ba ya anwu. Jo nwe ilu ana to na Nnewi. I say how madu say do nwelu nkwo we nwelu nkwo. We just make consultation with the traditional ruler. We say whatever means na ya aba dia. E je social si akpo young boys and even abia social si ya. We establish here that market. Eba okay enwelu enwere nnukwu article market ebe ahụ. Part of that market ka enwere the largest automobile market in Africa. But before the market came, Nnewi emebego great things in outside Nnewi. The first billionaire in Africa, onye Nnewi, he never had any business na Nnewi. Almost his business interest on Lagos.
Who was that?
Papa Ojukwu. He any business na Nnewi. Near the first third road in the southeast. Hey, go with outside Nnewi. All do no bala. That hard work do no bala. And they instill it. Another thing that helped is that now have anyone in a bambo akwado. When never dey yellow do lazy. I cause I want one do lazy. Can never help you. Offer Hana ni wolling he can help you. Man offer Hana that name a bambo or support. If money go do show working from beginning before you went any form of support.
You worked with Innoson for a while. What was your portfolio?
I was the head of corporate communication, and apart from that, I became the personal assistant to the chairman, Innoson Chukuma. So it was a 2-job portfolio I was doing at the same time and was doing them effectively well.
How was the experience?
Innoson is a university. Just the first few months working in Innoson, I understood how depth he was. You understand? And then I used to believe that every great person has a library, that where they attract the kind of knowledge. But I think he was the only person that was different. The truth is that Innoson is just a great thinker. Because most times he's always just like Bill Gates. When Bill Gates was young, he was always like this. And the mom was like, I don't understand though. Maybe he has a psychological problem. But when he took Bill Gates to a psychiatric, they said, I leave this guy. This guy is going to be great. That he's thinking. So thinking is the hardest job. So one of the things that I learned from Innoson is a great thinker.
Another police case, another court case. Yabana Pine Leaf Estate, source of form abife genye mugia. Anaya bi golu edeka miloyi. Ima mwe issue. Ndi obodo amanchi alege. Ndi youth amanchi alege. Pine Leaf Estate.
You always have time to think. There are times that if you come to his house, there's always crowd in his house. He will silently leave and go to the factory to go and sit down. Because I'm his PA, I will follow him. But he wants to have a moment. Only him will stay at the factory thinking. Then I joined him. I didn't understand how he became great. And I asked him that I've been expecting to see a library where you get inspiration, all those kind of things. He laughed and asked me a question. I have read a lot of books. I said yes. He said, who are the people that I've admired most, that have changed the course of the earth? I said Thomas Edison. He said, who again? I said Abraham Lincoln. He said, who again? He said, okay. He said, those people, how many books did they read? I said, I don't know. Most of these guys are great critical thinkers. He now told me I belong to them. I belong to that grade of people. Say, we are the people that think out innovation and apply. People now read us. It didn't really make sense to me. It's after some years of working with him, and now observe his thought pattern.
What is Innoson to Ali Iwo? Who is it that we've not actually seen?
He's just a local man that just wants to remain local. He believes that the only way we can develop East is for us being local. Everybody needs to come back. Almost all his properties are in the East. Telling him that there's a property in Lagos, say he's not interested. He's going to yield that. He said, I'm not interested. There was a time that he was building a lot of structures in the Navy they call Plaza, and people were like, he's just wasting money. That if he's built this thing in Abuja, if you build this thing in Lagos, that he's going to make a lot of money. And I complained to him. I said, these are what people are saying, He said, Navy is an emerging urban area that people are coming in, and when these people are coming in, their accommodation is going to be a problem. So that he's trying to solve accommodation problem. That yes, you understand that if he builds this thing in Abuja, if he builds them in Lagos, that he's going to make more money. But money is not his motivation. So that's it. He want to encourage some other people. Come on, we are factory. That's the only way we can open up. And that's what actually made Nnewi what it is. Nnewi is known as one of the most industrial hub in Anambra State. It's because of a lot of people then. Because immediately Taiwan, China and easy. For that now, most of the easy. The likes of Omata them, the likes of Sento them. They established the factory and almost all those things. eBay to them. Battery, lower the battery. As of in the 80s, Nnewi have over 15 major manufacturing companies, mainly automobile. But because of the government policy and a lot of things, short wall down. But Innoson no way, be there again. He's leading a new generation of investors. Let them come. They find our work. His factory has done this 16 years now for this test of time. You understand? So that they should also come and invest.
Now, what Innoson is doing, is it assemblage or is it manufacturing?
Manufacturing. Assemblage, that na motor bunatazie ye ibidozie na assembly but Innoson is producing the body of the motor, the carcass. When the assembly enwero welding section, assembly je enwero ebe a na-eme treatment, enwero painting section. They paint go hand in a bunata just for you to couple them together. But Innoson they build from the scratch, lower motor, lower the carcass from the organa treatment, a treat chaya, or banner painting, a paint je na assembly line where assemble one z tinye ma electricals, tinye the upholstery, fix chazie ma ọkụ mechazi ife niile ahụ. Ojozie to final finishing make sure to quality control, test wise share satisfy ebupụta to the market.
And when I know we saw a press release from you that you are leaving Innoson for a greater passion, that you want to venture into politics. Why are you leaving Innoson? It's not something you can be doing also while working in Innoson, first of all.
If you understand, politics is actually partisan. Working in the corporate world, you don't really need to be partisan. I needed to be free because there comes a time in a man's life feel that there needs to be a change, that this is your next phase of life. As I approached 40, I knew that this is my next phase of life.
Yes.
So I needed to take time to start entering that phase until finally this year that I made up my mind that time no Elugo. And thank God for my chairman understanding. I have to let him know that this is my new phase, and he encouraged me and I left.
What is it about Nigerian politics that you want to come and play a part? You know, people say that politics is a dirty game. What is it about our politics that you think we lack, that you want to come in with something new? What is it about?
Nature abhors vacuum. I took time to study most times the people that will make leaders. We have few who have strategic vision and strategic plan to make a turnaround. We only have few that have tasted that position. And also most times the people that also have those strategic visions, strategic plans are actually interested. That maybe because of the rousy nature, the rousy terrain of the politics, they like to stay away. The truth is that now both you and the nation now suffer quite. So you have to find a way to go through that rousy terrain, just like Professor Soludo did. You have to go through this rousy terrain. Not lose there. Now try to correct the change. Most times I know they were accidental leaders. People ain't already the plan, but somehow by virtue of one thing or the other, they end up being there. And if the idea, what are anything hammer high?
Good news. From anywhere you are in the world, you can now be our guest on Gbam. As long as you have an internet connection and a mobile device, you can now be interviewed from our studio anywhere in the world. Contact the numbers on your screen to book a session with us.
Time and we lose somebody who has a vision, and that's why I want to encourage a lot of people of like mind, people who have vision, people that wear clarity of purpose of what they want, that if they are given an opportunity, all of them need to come out en mass. I storm more the political leadership. The Lepers in the Hope of the Living Dead by Professor Olaro Timi, he said that if the society will not do something to change their situation, then they will be inadequacy and difficulty. They are going to rise up to effect a change.
Yes.
I want to encourage all of them to come out, because 40 years ago, in 1983, Chinua Achebe wrote a book, say the trouble with Nigeria. Odonana one day, so to Abanyaka, we chekata about his country. Owola his pen. And one sitting wrote a book called The Trouble with Nigeria. And in one of those quotes, he said, does he ever worry us that history? The people that he was talking to them were my fathers. For the generation of Obasanjo, they were in leadership. They were the people he was talking to. Now when I heard that, does it ever worry you that history, which neither personal power nor wealth can preempt, will pass terrible judgment on you after you have accomplished your betrayal, have left? Or when I don't happen to say we have lost the 20th century, are we bent on saying that our children loses the 21st century? We are the children Chinua Achebe was talking about.
Yeah.
We are the children.
Yes.
Until today, those things on a who can name. So we have to summon courage and enter. Or to say that now I have only go away waste. First of all, in our organization, we have done exemplary leadership. We have managed our businesses well. This is the time to manage the human beings, manage the wealth of the resources. So they perceive where people who have clarity of purpose, clarity of vision, for them to enter. Nature abhors vacuum. If they don't enter, so we need somebody with a clarity of vision, just like Professor Soludo, who understands. That is one of his leadership quote I admire. He said, you cannot make a clap with one hand. It takes a second hand hand to make a clap. We have had leaders who have been leading us that have been trying to make a clap with one hand. We need a leader that can be able to carry the Nigerian people, because he said that the second clap, I believe, is the Nigerian people. So we need somebody that understands the Nigerian people, our stubbornness, and carry us along to be able to make an effective change in the society.
What is it about this politics that we need to summon courage to do? You don't summon courage to go to school. You don't summon courage to be a banker. What is about this politics that a lot of people dread it? And then you will now see the bad eggs are full there. Can you hear in the Nigerian politics that you need to summon courage to come in?
Fighting corruption. See, let me tell you, there was a former leader, I don't want to mention his name, in Anambra State, that went to meet some godfathers. In the field, no hand obodo. Say that na kahanyeli aka, kochi ishi Anambra chia ofuma. When he now outlined his vision, this one, that one, say what about us? I like that, oh, they want to say come Arabia fight. I say, Mbana, you can't get it. The truth is that a lot of people are benefiting now. Obodado Roman Anambra State, Obodado Roman Nigeria, a lot of people are benefiting. So the people that actually wants to come and fight have not been able to summon courage to fight those people. And for that headache, they just want politics side or it can never be. We need a leader with courage that can be able to confront corruption, confront corrupt people, look them both in the eye, say, you are corrupt, it is time to pack up. This is the wealth of the nation, the resources of the people, because the resources of this nation is controlled by less than 1% of the population. Today, working with Innoson, be able to transverse a lot of places, the presidency and a lot of things. So I saw things. I said that it can't continue to be like this. The right people needs to be there. Until the right people are there, but I don't mind. Even the scripture said that when the righteous are in power, the people rejoice. So the right people have to be there.
The young people, we seem to have derailed a lot. We are now in the digital age. What do you think content creation has done? Everybody wants to be on Facebook, social media. A lot of people are there consuming instead of producing. What do you think content and the whole advent of social media has done to the youth? Are we using it well?
In one aspect, I say we are using it well. In another aspect, say we are overusing it. I won't blame most of the young people. They say garbage in, garbage out. It is the content, what they have inside. That's what they are bringing. The endpoint is survival. Everybody wants to survive. Because of this is what they can do. Like, for example, I've monitored you for a very long time. Yes. You are the one of the people who started content creation and every other thing.
Thank you.
Understand? I believe that maybe use that to build a brand for people to know you. But you have a strategic vision. What you are doing there, want where you are going. It wasn't the end point. So when you were able to build a large community of followership, you now set up something that is educative, something that is innovative, something that is giving back to the society. We help people for their voice to be heard. The other one was part of entertainment and every other thing. Yes. But now you are now fulfilling vision. That is it. That most times, most of the people, I wouldn't blame them. Why I say the survivor is that since some people have good grades, yes, not everybody have that entrepreneurial spirit, ability to start something and maybe start up a business venture, find a way to get funds to start. Not everybody have that spirit. And there is no jobs on the town. So if it is ring light that they can be able to set up to feed themselves, you wouldn't blame them because instead of doing crime. So most times you won't blame people.
I want to make healthy living a culture in our society. The time of to make exercise, you sweat. That sweat is very important. Ibana garden, bela kukwani very natural food. Or if your body need it, just nyobana de tuchukusike.
So now that we have had it, we also have people like us that need to start mentoring them.
What's the fate of the Nigerian youth in Nigeria government? You've seen how Japa has actually taken a toll. And then you mentioned too that most people that are into science and tech are leaving the country. What is the fate of the Nigerian youth in this country? Some of them are frustrated. And then a lot of people that are now ventured into politics, they just end up being data boys, writing for the politician just to make ends meet. What do you think is the way forward?
The truth is that just like the quote I gave by the lepers in the book of Olaro, yes, if the society won't do anything, then them themselves should find something doing. The truth is that a politician or somebody will use you based on your capacity. If it's only making noise on social media, a condemn man on social media, that's what you good at. But if you show something creative, show your wealth of knowledge on a scale that will going to help the politician, he's going to use you definitely well on there. And so they should have to learn to build their skill. And that's why I like what His Excellency is doing. Because if this thing is sustained in the next 4 years, every year they enweta skills. When you're talking about digital skill in Nigeria, also in Anambra State, quality digital, and also digital entrepreneurs, people who are making money on their own online. Because the government seems to focus on investing so much on that area.
Yes.
The Soludo Innovation City, the 1 million digital tribe, bringing a lot of courses. I know how much I spent in trying to learn digital marketing, the hundreds of thousands of naira I paid. But these people that are learning it almost free based on government intervention. So you see that now a lot of youth rising depends on the activities that the government is playing. But also some other youths in other states are not privileged like in Anambra State. You understand? But in Anambra, the government is, making it easier, raising a digital tribe.
There is this Chapa syndrome, like I told you. What do you think about it? Half of Nigerian youth left the country, especially 2020. Do you think living is actually the way out?
I don't believe that living is the way out, but I don't blame people who are living. Okay. If you have followed me from 2007, 2008, 2009, 2011, 2012, A New Nigeria is Possible has been one of my taglines since 2007. But by 2012, 2013, even some of the people, A New Nigeria is Possible, said that don't have any opportunity to ever. They say that my kind of person can survive in Nigeria because I'm on the street, that I'm a street guy. But to them, that nothing is working here. These are people who have been able to acquire a lot of digital skill, but they won't ever follow where they can be able to work. There's no platform to be able to explore, but they are seeing those opportunities outside. I didn't blame them. They travel, and today they are big boys that are doing a lot for themselves. If I have encouraged them to stay, all government will do a lot to reduce Japa, not people like us talking, because if it's talking, we will have done our best. I went on Nigeria is because of passion. If money making is my goal, I would have also gone out. But I feel that we need to stay here and make sure that Nigeria is great. So to reduce Japa, all the government to re-engineer the country, to make the youth have hope again. When you relax here, you know the brain drain that is going yota. So Sunday neighbor entertainers, content creators, all our neighbor, every other serious minded person is apple. You will see that even what we are building in the digital tribe, you see that at the end of the day, all these people, all virtual jobs, majority of them will start getting. With their laptop, they are getting jobs in USA. Because in a way, the job market, the virtual jobs to Nigeria, vacancy adoro. The federal government has a lot of role to play in discouraging Japa, not people like us, because we will talk and talk. Only face a reality, only I go love opportunity or Jepo, or not the alone way.
As a PR person, how do you think the Igbos understand the media? Igbos are not even in the media. What do you think about media that the Igbo have not even embraced?
What you are doing in young content, because I came in here, I was amazed, is because you have a vision, and also another one is passion. The Igbos doesn't understand media as a business. They have a media consulting company. In the whole of Southeast, we only have one private television. So that means we don't have platform to tell our stories. We don't have platform to show our culture. We don't have platform that tells who we are. In Anambra State, there is no TV in Anambra State. There is no television station in Anambra State, except the state one, which is ABS, and it has limitations. You understand? That one is government owned. It is not shown on mainstream, DSTV, online, all those kind of things. The Igbo business investors doesn't still understand what it means in investing in the media. They don't even understand the role of the media. And that is why they don't own their story. They don't control their story. If I don't want to blame them, we are not strategic. The Igbos are good in blaming government, blaming everybody.
Blame game.
No, you need to own, you need to be in control. And media helps you that. To be in control, you need to shape narratives. You see, let me tell you, why I ventured into media. When I was managing Innoson Communication, there was a dispute between Innoson versus GTB. I was the one-man squad, managing the whole media narratives. Do you know there was a time that for me to get my story into the mainstream, I couldn't. I wanted to get my story into the mainstream, the story of Innoson, our own side. I couldn't. From all the whole major this thing, I said, okay, I came up with a plan. And the chairman was always in support of any plan. He understood also the role of media. I went to Lagos. I invited all the whole editors, and I gave them the Innoson story, the Innoson perspective, and everybody bought into it and opened up. You understand? Because before that, the other perspective have gone. But when you go and show your perspective with facts, I went there with documents, and editors, they know the right thing. Socrates said that the perfection of a man is on his ability to distinguish facts and fiction through deductive reasoning. Immediately you bring facts to table, falsehood disappears. I brought facts to table. You understand? That was how we ventured back again. They started receiving our narrative. So one of the things about Southeast is that the narrative about us, we have not been able to change it. Most times, I think when our Southeast are being marginalized, all to go in the head of average Southeast. But it to critical reasoning. For now, that is not so. We shouldn't be fans, spectators. You know, spectators be a football match. I don't know. We also need to be the players. You understand? Let's show what we are doing. Let's show who we are. During the NBA conference, Southeast was labeled as not secured. Man, somehow the NBA president, who is a Southeasterner, knew that those things were false. He convinced them they're going to do first. When people now came to Enugu at the bar conference, they were the ones now tweeting that Enugu is safe. But we didn't even know Enugu is this developed. Through word of mouth, they were the one now marketing the state. Yes. But imagine we have a media that we have been projecting Enugu, we have been projecting Anambra. The Igbos in terms of media are doing badly. Even our businesses, they are not using media to project what they are doing. With media, they can get global dominance with their products, with their ingenuity. Global dominance. If Coca-Cola to today in every region, any store na Southeast, go to Coca-Cola, can they mad VAT to today? What about you?
Ekene Mono, Ibongom Nandingwe, on one work of Archbishop Dr. Nyekanzekwesi, the CEO Pine Living and Property Limited China Caribbean, Asimina Chineke Megi for my Innoson 2025. I joyere Ekene Uno, Sika Chineke Gozio Uno, Karike Waru Noji. Now I dey happy Maketu no say patronize ani. I sky Kene Uno. Now I have a go now of 2026. I na-ekwe unu kwa na ya ma mgbanwe. Kama na anyị etinye aka onwe ife anyị na-emetara ọfụma na 2025 anyị emezie na 2026 anyị ka bụkwa ndị Pine Living steeti ya na-ekwe kwa mezuo nkwa ikwere anyị ama mgbanwe echi anyị adago n'ọdụ chi na-efo ihe ọma anyị na-eme na-etiwenyeta aka maka unu gaa n'ilu na-akwado anyị maka ọdịmma Igbo ka Chineke dozie okwu Pine Living steeti onye na-abụrụ onye Pine Living steeti na-ebe ọ na-akwa arịrị jeze kekọrọ ndị ya dị